Dear guests, please prepare yourself for the first fireside chat on exponential change. For this, I invite the IT Director of REMAT, Riyadh Development, Mr. Abdullah AlSalem, who will be the moderator for the chat. And to speak, I invite the Associate Digital Innovation and Enterprise Architecture Director of the Red Sea Development Company, Mr. Ahmad Wathah AlMontshery. Gentlemen, over to you.
I must admit, I can't explain any of these stars racing.
Assalamu alaikum. Good morning, everyone. It's an honor to be here with you. Thanks for the organizer. Thanks for the esteemed panelists, speakers, and delegates. Unfortunately, I think the moderator got infected, so I'm taking his place. Hopefully next year, even if the moderator is infected, they will come. Maybe the year after, they will come without a mask. So let's keep hopeful about this. We're very happy to share our experience and our insights on digital transformation. Very happy to be here with you, Ahmed. We will go through a couple of questions. I would like to start with the first one, which is about the future of digital transformation and the challenges that comes with it. We know that everyone is doing something related to digital transformation, but we know that there are challenges coming in the future of all of this big transformation. So what are the challenges that we haven't seen yet? We haven't hit them yet, but we are expecting them to come. So over to you, Ahmed.
First of all, thank you, Abdullah, and good morning, everybody. As Mr. Abdullah already mentioned, the digital transformation is already a big topic. This topic has already been around for almost 3 decades right now. But from time to time, there's a big challenges. There is a change, in terms of organizations, in terms of countries sometimes. Everyone, trying to adapt a new technologies from time to time. Right now we're facing, let's say, a social of technology, something that, explore everything about us from A to Z. They know about us, about from where we are, what we even eat, how we talk, who's our friends, such this kind of things. So when we talk about digital transformation in the beginning, we were talking about automation of the manual things. Right now we're talking about something else. We talk about artificial intelligence, machine learning. We talk about RPA, as Mr. Hassan mentioned before. This kind of emerging technology take us to a new era that's bring to us a lot of challenges, starting with, adapting the strategies, the new strategies for organizations. We know that right now, every organization trying to build a unique strategy that differentiates itself from others. Their goals becomes very high, even for the tech savvies. So adopting this kind of technologies and immerse it in your digital transformation has already become a challenge. Let's say one of the organizations trying to adopt the sustainability as a base core, as we are in Red Sea. By the way, the Red Sea is one of the giga projects building ultra-luxury resorts all along the Red Sea coast. So, from the high management, they're trying to adopt the sustainability in every digital transformation idea. So building such things, this is in its own a challenge. Going with green ideas, building, a unique IoT from smart solars, adopting a machine learning in the way that's, let's say, a seamless journey for the visitor for the resource. This kind of things has become a challenge for us. I think this is one of the major challenge, adapting the strategies for the organization and accepting the challenges that will overcome. I think,
totally agree with you, Ahmed.
Yes, Mr. Abdul.
Just adding up to that, I think everyone is making really great progress when it comes to digital strategy and digitization, and very big ambition on that. And I can see it. There is a lot of support, even from the government and from the private sector. Everyone is eager to get into more transformation, more digitization, and it is really great to see everyone is moving fast. I totally agree with you, and I would like also to add one of the challenges that we started to see, and I think it's coming, and it's coming hopefully not in a big way, hopefully we can maneuver towards it, is having strategies made in silos, especially for big organizations. For example, when we think about the industrial sector, when we think about the Ministry of Industry, when they build, I'm not talking about their strategy in particular, but this is just for an example. When we build a digitization strategy for the industrial sector, it could be good, it could be covering all the aspects within that ministry, within that domain, but it also crosses with other domains. For example, the logistics, which is about Ministry of Transportation. So these two strategies, they are overlapping, not heavily, but they are having some dependencies. If they are aligned together, think about what could happen overall. Think about the seaports, the airports, the exports, the imports, and how can all of that related to the supply chain and to the manufacturing industry. So even though both of them could build a really good strategy and initiatives and plans that cover their domain, but if that was built in silos, I think we would not get the most ultimate results of that. Hopefully, I think we have started to see more engagement and more alignment between different entities. Hopefully, that will be overcome.
I agree with you 100%, Abdullah.
Yeah, there is another point also, Ahmed, I would like to add. I think it's also related to the Red Sea and the new projects that we haven't seen yet in Saudi Arabia that are new to the country. It's the cultural change. There is also a challenge when it comes to culture. Maybe some new environments or new organizations are having it easier, but for the legacy cultures, I think this is also a challenge that's coming. Digital transformation is not about technology by itself. It is more about business. It is more about the mindset. It is more about doing the work that all organizations used to it in the old traditional manner and change it completely with the help of technology. So if you take technology just by itself, this is not going to succeed. So cultural change and cultural impact is really key. And I think also there have been steps to address that. One of them is adopting change management programs. It is critical to have a change management program along with big digital transformation plans. Change management will let everyone understand, will get everyone on board, will get the buy-in from all stakeholders, no matter how big or how small they are. This is key. This is key to have everyone supporting the digital transformation. Also, building the capabilities of the leadership. Leadership is important, and having the buy-in and the support from the leadership is important. but also having the digital transformation and thinking with the leaders is key to have a successful transformation that is long-term and not just for quick wins. That brings us to another question. Maybe it's related to the new initiatives that we are seeing, especially the tourism, which is the business opportunities. So Ahmed, what do you think about business opportunities that digital transformation can bring?
The business opportunities right now is the core of digital transformation. You need to wrap up all your ideas or your initiatives, focusing on the goals and the vision of your organization as an example, or even the government. We are always think about the Vision 2030 as part of our plans. So when we talk about the opportunities comes from the digital transformation right now, I think before we focused on the cost efficient and using the resources in the better way possible, but right now, no. Right now we think in how we attract more investors, how to increase the potentiality of the programs we have. So in terms of hospitality and the Red Sea as a main project focusing on the tourism and building an ultra-luxury resorts, we trying, to provide for the visitor to the area the best possible, journey. That's we're talking about a seamless moving from starting from the idea he created before he came, when he trying to figure out where he go. Since that, we're trying to embed our, our
full
journey.
Digital experience.
Yes, this kind of digital, and we're trying to make it unusual experience, differentiated from other. The people always, when they think in the resort, they go to Mauritius or the Maldives and Bahamas, etc. So we're trying to take ourselves to a new field. Bringing new ideas, starting from the way that you planning your journey. Directly when you register to our, portal, you can, we can attract you, can give you a unique experience. We can explain ourselves for you, what you can get when you come to the Red Sea. Second, we can explain the culture of Saudi Arabia. It's a unique culture, by the way, but it needs to be discovered more and more. So we will explain it more for the, the visitor when they're trying to come. Second, when he reaching, the Red Sea airport near the resort itself. From there, we can take him in a unique journey. From, check-in, check-out, even his luggage, he will find it directly in his hotel. Everything there is special. There is we're not depending on the normal cars. We're depending on electric cars there. So even 100% solar system there. We are already in partnership with ACWA Power to do this. So one of the main challenges, back to the previous when I spoke about, one of the main challenge in the digital transformation, adopting the strategy of the companies. So there's a lot of pristine area in the project. This kind of pristine area, you need to maneuver. You can't harm the environment. And you need to adapt your technology to do that. And this is very hard, by the way. And that's sometimes costs money. But not like before. The digital transformation, as I mentioned before, focusing on cost reduction. Right now, it's something else. Now, how to serve the goals and the vision of the organizations.
Very interesting. Hopefully we will see more rich experience than Airbnb. It's really, when I first saw Airbnb, I was thinking how the hospitality sector and companies are thinking. So it really gave a very seamless experience. I would also love to add to that, when it comes to business, I think there is more than 50% of spending is coming up in the next 2 years. So it's used to be 36, and it's going to be the spending will grow by more than 50% in the coming 2-3 years. This is good news for technology vendors and suppliers, but it also that will also bring the exponential growth of data. So the more digital services we bring, the more smart and innovative way we are dealing with the customers, the more data will flow. So I think from business opportunities side, there will be big opportunities and big enhancement in terms of the businesses that are data sensitive. For example, when we think about the insurance companies, this is big news for them. When you are an insurance company, all of your planning and decision making is mostly based on data. When it comes to medical insurance, they are trying to predict how risky you are, what are your future demands in terms of healthcare, and based on that risk factor, they will add the margin and then they will give you the price. So imagine if they can collect more data about the health status, about the social activities, about all of what the individuals are going to and doing, and the risks that they are facing. It will give them a more predictive, a more accurate predictive model to even be more competitive and even raise their level of service. When you think about mobility, there is also big chance there. Think about the telecom sector now. They used to have offices and retail chain across all the cities. Now you can get your eSIM without going to any store. So this is also big. It reduces their operational costs. It increases their sales. It gives the ability also for international service providers to provide their services. When I traveled 2 months ago, I used to use my local carrier to get the roaming package, but I didn't have to anymore because I was able to get an eSIM from a smartphone app, and that eSIM was for the country that I was traveling to, and from the moment I landed on the airport, that eSIM was working great. So all of these, the mobility and the data, and the big data that is coming from the digital initiatives will definitely bring more business opportunities, will enhance the existing services. I think it will also bring more players to the field in all industries. Maybe you can move to the next question, which is the expectation. Ahmed, what are the expectations in the future of digital transformation?
First of all, when we think in the future of the digital transformation, we can see a new technology emerging. We're talking about a new era of robots. Think that right now we implemented, Abdullah, but we implemented that robot as a weak robot. They're doing such a small task from time to time. With time, I think in the upcoming 2 years or 3 years, we can see a robot can do intelligent things more and more. They can do more than one task on time. But my expectation is very high. I think within 10 years from now, the super robots, it will not be exclusive for the big firms. It will be with us. We can't deal with it. They can take us in a new, let's say, a unique expectation of automation. You can go to see fully, let's say, digital banking. Right now we feel it. There is a digital banking, digital hospitals, and digital government, so on. But later you can deal with a robot. So a robot can understand you from the step one. He can understand you. Right now, you know, this is, let's say, a crazy idea. But in the future, we will feel it. We can find this kind of robots in front of us in everywhere. When you go to government, they can take you to do very sophisticated tasks from, you know, from A to Z. Not just saying hello and goodbye. This is as an example for robot. The artificial intelligence will emerge inside the digital transformation more and more. The artificial intelligence right now, you know, processing some of our ideas in the way that trying to help us to do some of our main functions. But in the future, the artificial intelligence, I'm not talking about far future, I'm talking about 2 years, 3 years right now. You know, during the pandemic, China used the artificial intelligence to minimize the impact of the pandemic. I think with upcoming 2 years, 3 years to 5 years from now, with artificial intelligence, we knows more about us. We can use the artificial intelligence inside our homes more and more, inside our organizations, to understand the stream of the processes and procedure inside the daily routine, daily task. And when we talking about the artificial intelligence, that means we're talking about changing in the behavior itself. So the artificial intelligence will adapt what we need to do and transform that to seamless experience. Other than that, I think the machine learning will be offered. They will be, you know, part of every digital transformation. I think right now, when we're talking about SAP, we're talking about Oracle, we're talking about many of the organizations, the machine learning become part of their solutions. So adopting this, I think it will become mandatory in the future, and we'll gain a lot of benefit from adopting such things. Machine learning will be a challenge for a human, but we can adopt it. We don't need to fear about. It's a good thing, I think. With more and more emerging technology, the machine learning, artificial intelligence become, let's say, bring a new solution for us. The solution, we can't see it today, but we can see it in the future. This kind of collaboration among all of this emerging technology will bring a new ideas that we don't have it right now. Other than that, we can see in the future what we call it multi-cloud infrastructure. Right now, most of the organization trying to move from on-premise data centers to cloud. But in the future, the multi-cloud infrastructure will be the basic. That means all our system will depend on each other, and in the same time our cloud will be shared, and we will hear more about the shared service in the organization. We'll hear about shared service among a big firm. Right now there's no that big collaboration, of talking about Apple and Microsoft, of talking about SAP and Oracle, but in the near future, this kind of cloud will be multi-cloud. That means you can use both clouds in the same time, and you can see a new benefits that you can see today.
Yes, totally agree, Ahmed. And just adding up to that, When we think about the foundation of digital transformation and what we are expecting in the future, I'm thinking about three main foundations for any digital transformation strategy or plan. One is it has to be adaptable, because as Ahmad was saying, you were saying there are new technologies coming, and that will keep coming. Now we are expecting 6G to come. It is not here yet. Even 5G is still emerging and still growing, but 6G is coming. We know it is coming. So we need to have our plan and our strategy adaptable to embrace 6G when it comes. Second fundamental is to have an open architecture. Open architecture for data, open architecture for services, for integration. I think integration is key when it comes to digital transformation. And as you were saying,
100%, yes, that's right.
It also enhances the digital experience when we are dealing with customers or different entities. So having a platform that is open for data exchange is really a key. You don't want to have a plan or a strategy that you will end up later on not able to use big data or not able to use the cloud platforms that is very powerful for analytics. We know that quantum computing is coming. It is there, and we know it will make a very, very big change. So when you are not planning for making use of something like that, making use of this huge computing power, you can just imagine what can we do with only 6G and quantum computing. So not having an adaptable and a flexible plan to embrace just these two technologies. I don't know what else will come, but I'm sure there are others will come. There's a lot of opportunities that we can miss. That doesn't mean we neglect the other plugins like AI, like blockchain, like machine learning. These are things that we must keep persisting, and we keep them in line with all of the changes that are coming in the future. So these are the things that I'm thinking about as a fundamental. Having an open and adaptable and flexible framework that can adapt the future technologies. Having an open platform that can easily integrate with other systems and to easily exchange data, and embracing and plugging in the ready-made technologies like blockchain and
Thank you,
AI.
Abdullah. I think we covered a lot of things. You know, the digital transformation is a big topic. You know, you need more than 30 minutes to talk about. If there is any question from the audience, we are welcome to answer.
We are, I think, closing. This was the last topic that we discussed. So if anyone is having a question, we would be happy to answer. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you very much. Have a nice day.